Dear students, hello and welcome to my class. I think you all are fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. This is Lavan Shodar. I am also fine. Dear students, today I am here to conduct the third and last class on chapter 12 from your Bangladesh and Global Studies book. And I think you know well the name of the chapter is the Economic Indicators and the Nature of Economy of Bangladesh. Dear students, before the start of our today's class, I would like to show our today's learning outcome. After the class, you will be able to describe the economic sectors of Bangladesh. Then you will be able to describe the characteristics of the national economy of Bangladesh. Then you will be able to describe the obstacles of the national economy of Bangladesh. And at last, you will be able to describe the steps to solve the problems of the national economy of Bangladesh. Dear students, let's get started of our today's class. At first, I am going to discuss about economic sector. So what is called the economic sector? Basically, economic sector refers to parts, division, parts, and sections of economy. So, dear student, this is the line regarding economic sector. The sectors of economy refers to various parts, divisions, or sections of economy. Dear students, the economy of any country of the world is divided into three main sectors. The first sector, that means sector A, is called the agriculture sector, sector B is called the industry sector, and sector C is called the service sector. Dear students, now I am going to discuss about all of these three economic sectors. The first one is agriculture sector. Okay, so dear student, land and everything produced from land are included in agriculture sector. So dear student, this is the line about agriculture sector. Land and everything produced from land like crop, forest resource, animal and fish resources are included in agriculture sector. So that's all about the agriculture sector and brief. Dear students, now I am going to discuss about the industry sector. So what is called the industry sector? Okay, basically all types of businesses like the large scale businesses, the small scale businesses, all types of transportation, and all types of excavations of mineral matters are included in industry sector. So dear student, this is the line regarding industry sector. Large scale and small scale industries, all types of construction, all activities regarding mineral matters are included in industry sector. So that's all about the industry sector in brief. Dear students, now I am going to discuss about service sector. So what is called service sector? The simply answer will be except the industry sector, except the agriculture sectors, all type or basically all types of economic activities are included in service sector. Okay. So this is the line regarding service sector. Except the agriculture and the industrial sector, all activities such as education, health, recreation, bank, insurance, hotel, restaurant, postal, telephone, communication, and transport, all these are included in service sector. So that's all about the service sector in brief. Dear students, in our country basically there are 15 economic subsectors. Okay, and these 15 subsectors are integrated in five wider sectors. Okay, now I am going to show you these five wider subsectors of our economy. The first one is agriculture sector, next on is industry sector, then service sector, next on is business sector, and last one is social service sector. Dear students, now I am going to discuss about all of these five wider subsectors of our economy. Number one, agriculture sector. So what subsectors are included in agriculture sector? So dear students, let's see. Agriculture and forest fishery are included in agriculture sector. Okay, next on is Industry sector. So what subsectors are included in industry sector? Mineral excavation, electricity, gas and water resources, construction are included in industry sector. The next sector is called the service sector. So what subsectors are included in service sectors? So dear student, let's see on the screen. Hotel and restaurant, transport, preservation and communication, service of financial organization are included in service sector. Dear students, now I am going to discuss about business sector. Wholesale and retail trade, real estate, rent and other businesses, these two sectors are included in business sector. Okay, so that's all about business sector. And last type of wider economic sector is called the social service sector. So what subsectors are included in social service sector? So dear students, let's see on the screen. Public administration and defense, education, health and social service, community, social and personal service are included in service sector. Dear students, this topic is very important for the knowledge based questions, for the MCQ questions. Okay, so you have to remember, you have to memorize all of these 15 subsectors of our national economy, all of these five wider sectors of our economy. Okay, so dear students, now I am going to discuss about the next topic of our today's class, that is the characteristics of the economy of Bangladesh. The first characteristics of the economy of Bangladesh is the agriculture based economy. Dear students, I think you know well Bangladesh is an agriculture oriented country, and most of the people of our country directly or indirectly dependent on agriculture. So this is the first characteristics of the economy of Bangladesh. Dear students, now I am going to show you the next characteristic, that is the traditional tools used agriculture sectors. Dear students, though Bangladesh is an agriculture country, but we use very traditional tools to grow our crops. So the production of our agriculture goods is very low than the production of agriculture goods of other countries. Okay, so this is one of the characteristics of the economy of Bangladesh. Dear students, now I am going to discuss about the next characteristic of the economy of Bangladesh, that is medium goods in industrial sector. Dear students, Bangladesh has some industrial sectors, but we produce the medium types of goods from our industrial sector. So this is one of the characteristics of the economy of Bangladesh. The next characteristics of the economy of Bangladesh is the increasing importance and contributions of the industrial sector. Dear students, uh, we are trying to make ourselves as a developed country by 2040 on. Okay, so our present government has given much importance in industrial sector. At the same time, the contribution of the industrial sector is increasing day by day. Okay, so these are the characteristics of the economy of Bangladesh. Dear students, now I am going to discuss about the next characteristics of the economy of Bangladesh. That is the excess of population and low rate of education. So, dear students, from the birth of Bangladesh, overpopulation has become the main national problem of our country. Okay, at the same time, we can see the low rate of education of our country. Okay, so these are the characteristics of the economy of Bangladesh. Dear students, now I am going to discuss about the next characteristic of the economy of Bangladesh, that is the widespread unemployment. Dear students, due to the less per capita income, due to the overpopulation, due to the low rate of education, okay, in our country we can see the widespread unemployment. So this is one of the characteristics of the economy of Bangladesh. Dear students, now I am going to discuss about the next characteristic of the economy of Bangladesh, that is the poor per capita income and low standard of living. Dear students, the per capita income of the people of our country is less than the per capita income of the people of other developing countries of the world. Okay, and due to the less per capita income of the people of our country, the living standard of the people of our country is low. So these are the characteristics of the economy of Bangladesh. Dear students, now I'm going to discuss about the next characteristics of the economy of Bangladesh. That is the low rate of savings, capital formation, and investment. Dear students, due to the less poor per capita income, okay, in our country we can see the low rate of savings, capital formation, and investment. So these are the characteristics of the economy of Bangladesh. The next characteristic is the weakness of infrastructure. Here, infrastructure means the economic infrastructure. So, what is called the economic infrastructure? Basically, economic infrastructure refers the electricity, gas, transportation system, the way to take loans from the bank, etc. Okay. So, the due to the in our country, we can see the lack of economic infrastructure. So, this is one of the characteristics of the economy of Bangladesh. Dear students, the next characteristics of the economy of Bangladesh is the dependence on foreign aid. Dear students, few years back, Bangladesh had to depend on the foreign country for foreign aid, especially in time of making budget, in time to manage natural calamities. Okay, so but time is changing, the situation is changing. Now we are trying to make ourselves as self-reliant, and we are trying to avoid to get foreign aid from foreign countries. Okay, so this is one of the characteristics of the economy of Bangladesh. Dear students, the next characteristic is the imbalance of foreign trade. So dear student, at first you have to understand what is called the imbalance of foreign trade. Imbalance of foreign trade means export will be low than import. Okay, that means every year we have to buy many goods from the other countries, then to sell goods from our country to other countries. Okay, so the imbalance of foreign trade is one of the characteristics of the economy of Bangladesh. The next characteristic of the economy of Bangladesh, according to your textbook, is the imperfect use of natural and human resources. Dear students, in our country, we can see the imperfect use of natural resources. Okay, due to the lack of modern technologies, at the same time, we can see the imperfect use of our human resources. So these are the characteristics of the economy of Bangladesh. Dear students, the characteristics of the economy of Bangladesh is very very important topic for a graduation. So you have to give much attention on this topic. Dear students, now I am going to discuss about the next topic of our today's class, that is the obstacles to the economic advancement of Bangladesh. The first point is the background of the economic backwardness of Bangladesh. Dear students, here I'm going to share some events, some historic events. Okay, dear students, after the Battle of Polashi, the British captured the power of Bengal to control the people of Bengal. Okay, and they looted a huge amount of natural resources from Bengal. And they did not want to improve the economic infrastructure of the Bengal. Dear students, again, we know that in 1947, two countries were created in Indian subcontinent. One was India and another was Pakistan. In Pakistan, there were two parts. One was West Pakistan and another was East Pakistan. Okay, and the rulers of the West Pakistan ruled the East Pakistan like the foreign rulers, and they looted huge amount of natural resources from East Pakistan. Okay, so and they did not want to improve the economic infrastructure of East Pakistan. So the economic backwardness of Bangladesh is one of the obstacles to the economic advancement of Bangladesh. Dear students, the next point is the obstacle in agriculture. Dear students, though Bangladesh is an agriculture oriented country, but there are many problems in our agriculture sector, like lack of the infrastructure of agriculture, use of very traditional weapons to grow crops, etc. Okay. The next point is the obstacle in industry. Dear students, now we are a developing country and we are trying to give much emphasis on industrial sector. But in our industrial sector, there are many problems like the lack of economic infrastructure, lack of taking loans from the banks, okay, and lack of political instability, etc. Okay, so these are the obstacles in our industrial sector. The next point is the socio-economic obstacles. Dear students, for the proper economic development of a country, the socio-economic condition of a country plays an important role. But in our country, we can see many socio-economic obstacles. Say, for example, social superstition, child marriage, child labor, corruption, etc. So these obstacles we can see in our society. The next point is the lack of good governance and corruption. Dear students, at first you have to understand how it is called governance. Basically, governance means what government does and what government does not. So then what is called the good governance? Basically, good governance means transparent government, then responsible government, then you can say participatory government. Okay. And then corruption. So what is called corruption? Basically, corruption is the way to use the official power in personal interest. Okay, so in our country sometimes we can see the lack of good governance and corruption. The next top point is nature met obstacle. Dear students, Bangladesh is situated in a very danger zone in terms of natural calamities, and every year we have to face a different type of natural calamities. Okay, so that's all about the obstacles to the economic advancement of Bangladesh. Dear students, now I am going to discuss about the next topic. That is the steps to overcome the obstacles to the economic development of Bangladesh. The first step is to prepare policy-based foundation for development. Dear students, at first we have to take some proper policy, then we have to try to implement these policies in right ways by the right persons. Okay, so dear student, this is the first step to overcome the obstacles to the economic development of Bangladesh. The next step is steps taken in agriculture, and we have to take all of the measures to improve our agriculture sectors, and we will take all of the measures to accelerate our growing crops, okay, etc. The next point is steps taken in industrial. Okay, so there are many problems in our industrial sector, like the political instability, like the lack of economic infrastructure, like the way to get loans from the bank, etc. So we have to solve all of these problems from our industrial sector. The next point is steps taken to eradicate natural made obstacle. Dear students, it's very difficult to control the natural calamities, but by taking different measures, we can minimize the losses of the natural calamities. The next point is steps taken to eliminate the social obstacles. That means we have to take all of the measures to eradicate the social superstition from society. We have to take all of the measures to eradicate the corruption from the society. Okay, so we have to take these things to overcome the obstacles to the economic development of Bangladesh. So that's all about this topic, dear students. Now I am going to start the new part of our today's class, that is the evaluation part. In this part, I am going to ask you some questions, and it will try to give the right answers of these questions. Though I will tell the right answers of this question. So my first question is, how many main economic sectors are there in a country? Basically, there are three. main economic sectors in a country. These are industry sectors, service sectors, and agriculture sector. So this is the answer of this question. The second question is how many sub-economic sectors are there in Bangladesh? Basically, there are 15 sub-economic sectors in Bangladesh. Dear students, this is the answer of my second question. My third question is how many wider economic sectors are there in Bangladesh? Basically, there are five wider economic sectors are there in Bangladesh. These are agriculture sector, industry sector, service sectors, then business sector, and last one is social service sector. Dear students, now I am going to ask you my next question, that is what are included in industry sector. Dear students, all type of businesses like the large scale businesses, small scale businesses, all types of construction are included in industry sector. So this is the answer of this question. My next and last question is what are included in service sector? Simply you can say except the agriculture sector and except the industry sector, and all of the activities of the economy are included in service sector. So for example, education, health, communication, postal, etc. Just friend, that's all about the evaluation part. Now I'm going to give you homework. You have to write down the characteristics of the economy of Bangladesh. Then you have to submit the answer of this question to your respective subject teacher after the open of your school. Dear students, if you want to watch my more video classes, you have to subscribe my YouTube channel. The name of my YouTube channel is Lavon Business Tutorial. Dear students, that's all about our today's class. If you have any question regarding our today's class, you should feel free to put your questions in comment box, and after the class I will give the right answers of your questions. So dear students, thank you very much for watching me with your kind question. Next time, see you again. Till then, Allah Hafiz.